Like my sister dressed up as the ring girl one Halloween.
Oh, wow.
Because
Are there any photos of that? And it wasn't about the horror. It was like, oh, they're in this movie.
but the one that I know growing up, Silent Hill. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, Silent Hill. That's
Silent
a
Hill.
good game.
I literally can't look at the cemetery close to my house.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Denver Asian Scene Podcast. I am Tony.
I'm Vaughn.
I'm Damien.
We did that in the wrong order, but that's my fault because I started it really weird. Welcome to our October episode, which I'm calling the spooky episode. I don't know if it actually will get spooky because we're always laughing over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's October. What do you guys think about October? Is it?
Ooh,
Do
it's
you like
fall.
Halloween?
We don't, but now that we have the nephew in the house, we took him trick-or-treating last year
Yeah.
and he was too small to trick-or-treat. But we trick-or-treated for him, like us 30-something-year-olds went in and we all bought onesies and just went around and got a ton of candy. Like my neighborhood does it like what you see in like old Disney movies where kids are running around, crossing the street.
Really?
There's hundreds of kids.
Oh,
So it's actually really nice.
It looks like a great neighborhood for that. Honestly.
I
It
can
really
see
does.
that.
Yeah.
I think my neighborhood's just full of older folk. There are some children, so like, but I think they get spoiled by the rest of us because we just have all the candy just to hand out, hand fistfuls. So, but yeah.
Yeah, so we usually have to buy 2 Costco bags of candy to give
Okay,
out.
not that much. We
Yeah.
we get one. How about
But
you?
we're very generous about it. Like I'm giving them a handful. Like I'm not giving them just one, you know?
Yeah, I'm not doing that either.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, my neighborhood's pretty small, so it definitely doesn't have the like 1980s movie vibe. for
Oh, mine
candy.
does. Like they
Yeah.
even put up haunted houses that they make. They turn their garages into haunted houses.
that's
and
amazing.
See, I like
yeah,
that.
like it's actually a really nice neighborhood to go. And other people from other neighborhoods drive in because I see them drive in, park around the park, and just walk around the neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood where, you know, it's not gated. It's not like you have to have access, but big yards,
Yeah.
big houses. So yeah, ton of candy. So I
Well-
think this year we're going to do the trick-or-treating again.
Nice.
It's Mimi's favorite time of the year because it's her birthday, and her birthday's so close to Halloween that's like she goes all out. So we've got the inflatables, like we have like stuff that she hangs out in the background. She likes to throw a party. That's the only time I think she's willing to throw a party because it kind of doubles up Halloween and her birthday. It's just so she can be really festive. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a great excuse to decorate because
Yeah.
it's like I think Halloween, it's a little forgotten. It's in between your summer like decorations and Thanksgiving, right? So most people will break out like the autumn decorations, your cornucopia, your turkey, but I don't see like other than pumpkins, I don't see a lot of like Halloween, like dedicated Halloween decorations, and I think that's my favorite, other than maybe Christmas, favorite holiday to
So you're a
decorate for.
Christmas person.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Christmas is one, and then Halloween's close second.
Close
for
second.
sure.
What about
Yeah.
you?
Oh, that all the way. So
Oh yeah. That
Vietnamese
makes
New Year
sense.
is kind of be our big one.
Nice.
Christmas, and honestly, Christmas is not, but honestly, in my house, we celebrate Thanksgiving pretty Americanized. Like we go out. There was one year where we got a wild heirloom turkey where they actually gave us birth certificate and gave us its name and everything before they like hunted it down. And it was like, it cost hundreds of dollars, but it was all dark meat, so flavorful.
It's the goat.
Yeah.
I prefer dark meat.
Yeah,
every
same
time.
here.
No.
And so we kind of thought that was a little bit too much because I think it cost us about like 500 something for a turkey. So now we don't do that. So now and I've already done this. I already put in my pre-order for my turkey. Every year you have to do it 2 months in advance. But it's basically an organic American heirloom, which costs us 200, but 200 is better than 500.
I don't know if you've had this like before. Was it always turkey for you guys?
It's always turkey. It's like the one time of the year where my family goes all out American. All out American.
So I think before it was just my like sort of immediate family, when it was like the uncles, the cousins, stuff like that, we used to do the roast pig. That was instead of turkey, because we're like, why? This is superior,
Yeah.
you know? So that used to be our Thanksgiving. And then as we sort of like, everyone broke off into their own families, it was like a lot less. And then we started doing it more traditionally. And I don't mind it, but aside from like the turkey leg, I'm not really a turkey person. I love like being with the family. That's like a great part. But the turkey itself, I'm like, yeah, I think
I
I
agree.
like other things.
I like the sides more than the turkey. And I think that's why we started just trying to get like the best turkey there is out there, is because before, you know, when my dad used to work in the factories before the restaurant, he would just get a free turkey from the like where he worked, and it was like 99 cents at the time. And they
Oh,
would just
wow.
kind of give him a turkey, but it's like very bad quality turkey, you know? And we didn't know what, you know, how to like brine it and everything like that. So it always came out dry. Like dad would honestly cut it up and put it into like a hot pot. And so it just got to a point where once we went to, it was like a function that one of our family friends had, and they had like a really nice wild turkey, was when we were like, okay, we were missing out. Like this is where it's at.
Yeah.
And so that's why every year now we just kind of go all out. Dad still complains. He's always like, why don't we just get a whole bunch of like lobsters for this amount of money? It'd be 10 times better. But my sister and brother really love Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And so anything with family, my family, if it's a holiday around family, and food,
No.
it's always done.
Well, I'm
very
going to
big.
cut you off there because we're not talking about Thanksgiving. we were
true.
getting into it. I was like, wait a minute, we're talking about the wrong month. And we should
yeah.
probably stick to where we're at. Let's do a quick sort of catch up. I know we haven't seen each other, at least on the podcast, in quite some time. I can't actually even remember when we last recorded, but I know we had a sugar rush from that episode, which actually will probably come after this one because we did the savory. I think
Yep.
that'll come out
That
first.
contributes to the memory loss.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I thought I was the only one. I could not sleep that night.
No, it's horrible.
It was bad. Yeah. I don't know if I want to even release that episode, but the best part was when we had the hot sauce. So
Yes.
I feel like we have to put it out there.
The savory episode, or the savory portion of that episode, it's probably great.
Yeah.
The sweet portion
Yeah.
is probably not good.
We were thinking like doing all savory, then sweet. But then, I mean, it sounded like a great idea in the beginning, but then once we got to it, and I thought we didn't have enough stuff like in the beginning. I thought like the table was small enough where it's like we're going to just kind of fly by.
Yeah.
We were eating for like 3 hours
It was so
straight.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And we only took a bite of everything and it took forever.
There's
So-
YouTubers that do that for their channel, and it's just like, I try everything at this one place. That's what we basically did.
Yeah.
We like did a speed run through Asian snacks.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember going, oh, I'm going to take the wasabi peas home. And then I took some of the tamarind candy. It's still sitting on my counter because after that, I was just like, no. It's too much.
I should have taken some snacks home. Did you end up keeping them all, Damien?
Yeah. No, I have. They're still in there.
Oh, let me
like I
know.
also. I mean, no, we ate all of the shrimp chips. Those were gone very quickly. Outside of that, yeah, all of the candy's still in there. None of the candy's
Well, we
been
could take
touched.
some back. If you have some savory, I will call dibs on some of that.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely.
I don't know what happened to the croissants. Those disappeared.
I feel like you ate it all that night.
No.
just
I
a
think,
small
like I
bag.
said, I was starting to regret my thoughts on it. I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I don't like this as much as I thought. It was a recency bias. I was just like, ooh, this is the new kid, you know, but
But honestly, you made it like into a core memory for me. So like every time I go into Great Wall now and I see the croissants, I'm like, Tony. Tony loves these.
don't buy that as a gift for me. I will not accept it. Anything that you guys want to share that has been going on in the last month?
Not really. This is kind of the season where usually you don't even see me, is because once autumn hits and it's kind of colder, I kind of just hibernate a little bit. So I've been just catching up on my dramas,
Nice.
reading
dramas.
books, C dramas,
Yeah.
K dramas, American
Nice.
dramas. It's because I'm a night owl. I don't sleep, so I just watch a lot of shows. A lot of true crime stuff as well. But
Nice.
it's kind of like a soup and movie type of season for me.
Put us on to something. What are you watching these days? Like what do you recommend?
So, I just finished Your Majesty Bon Appetit, the one with Yuna in it.
I've been checking that one out.
That one's actually a really good one. My sister was really into it, so she made me watch it really quick with her. The next one I watched was I can't think of the name. It's the genie one with your favorite Bae Suzy in there. So I'm watching that. I just finished the Monster show about Ed. That's #1 on Netflix right now, and it's basically talking about like the serial killers. And that one was, I don't know what to say.
Do we need to check this out?
It's disturbing. It's very
Oh.
disturbing. It's super disturbing because it talks about the serial killer, but Netflix didn't hold back on how he killed and showing how he killed and the gruesome things that he did. So, I mean, I'm not spoiling anything, but he's a notorious killer. His name is Ed. Why am I blanking? But it's Ed something. It's #1 on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
But, like, one of the things he did was, skin his victims and made lamps out of them and use their skull as bowls.
Jeez. Okay, I don't know if I could watch that.
No,
kind of
it's
stuff.
it's definitely one of those things where if you're into that kind of stuff, yes. And I thought I was because I'm really into true crime and stuff like that. I watched it, but they really, really went into showing you how he
Oh wow,
Did
very
things.
very true crime. Like
very true crime, very gruesome.
yeah,
You saw bodies, you saw mutilated bodies, and it was just crazy. So if you have the stomach for it, it's a very intriguing show because it just kind of goes into the mind and how, everyone else thought he was just this guy walking down the street that kind of had a little bit of like, a problem up there, not all there, but didn't think that he was capable of doing these things. And it just kind of goes down this rabbit hole of like how he got there, how his life was, how his parents treated him. And it's gruesome. So I just saw that. I also saw Wayward. You're asking me these things and I can't remember the
That's
names.
okay. That's okay. We can put a
Yeah.
a bookmark on that one.
Yeah, and then I've also a good Chinese drama is I just finished Love Ambition, so I'll stop it there.
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah. Anything new with you?
With me,
Yeah.
it's been mostly just working with events. There have been a lot coming up that this month has been. Now that we're going into the colder season, we had the end of summer paddleboard, which is a lot of fun.
Yep.
But it really did feel like, oh, this is the end of summer.
Yeah.
And so for Denver Asian Scene, the event stuff, we are testing things. New stuff, even with pickleball, is changing, because it was normally outdoors.
Yep. Have to adapt.
Damien hosts that with Marvin, our other lovely host. They did a Neon Nights one, which I attended as like an attendee, and I had so much fun with that one. And then we did Boba and Beats, which is a fun spin on what's happening in Europe, which they're calling soft clubbing. So instead of at nightclub where music's playing with the DJ, we do it kind of during the day, and then non-alcoholic stuff. So we did boba instead of coffee, which is what they do over there. And it was fun. We had Jimmy play, we had CJ play. Shout out to them.
Yep.
Amazing people, amazing. Die Die Must Try was where we hosted it at, and those people were absolutely lovely. We love them. Supporting local was great, and so that's kind of what I've been working on for the last month or so.
Nice. Yeah. No, that's all of those were, I'm sure, really cool. The ones that I was at, but they were a lot of fun, right? And yeah, as we go into winter, not a ton new with me, but definitely getting ready for hibernation, getting ready to just like wrap myself in a blanket and I don't know, enjoy binging things on Netflix, holiday movies, scary movies,
Yeah,
which we'll get to in a bit. But yeah, so
I think that's a perfect segue, actually, and I think we should start there. I sort of had a format that I wrote down that we were going to start with some other things, but since we're already talking about movies, maybe we get into maybe famous Asian horror movies. ones that we've seen, some
yeah.
notable ones, and we kind of talk about that.
Yeah.
I think we should start with maybe the expert here. Maybe you've seen. I feel like you've seen the most now that you're kind of listing them off. So, what are some that you want to talk about?
I mean, like, I think the first one that was kind of a phenomenon in the US would probably be The Ring.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That
absolutely.
was something. And I mean, I think I was in like, I even want to say elementary or middle school when it was a thing. And it got to a point where my sister wouldn't even turn on a TV because she was so scared of it. And I'm wondering, and I guess I'm going to ask this question. Did you see the American version or the Japanese version?
I've seen both.
I've only seen the Japanese version, actually.
So I was first introduced to it, and the phenomenon was the American version
Yeah,
in
no.
America. So I saw that first. But then that kind of snowballed into The Grudge. And then
Yes.
seeing those
Yeah.
two, like the Japanese versions of that, then that kind of morphed into more Korean stuff. Like, so The Tale of Two Sisters. I don't know if you've seen that. That's a really
Haven't seen
popular
that
one. I'm going to have to look up names. I should have done this before, but there was just a bunch.
Yeah.
But I think that was kind of, and I've seen a lot of them, like American horror, but I think the Japanese ones, especially The Ring and The Grudge, were the first to actually really kind of scare me.
Yeah.
Because I think it was more about spirits and haunting compared to like the gory, which I'm not really into. Like when it comes to horror, I'm 100%, you know, the ghosts, the spirits. I'm not really into like gory stuff.
No, I agree. I am
Yeah.
not into that at all either. And so I haven't seen The Ring. I still haven't seen The Ring. But when it first came out and hit theaters, everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
And the concept was so interesting. And that's something I feel like no one talks about much these days anymore is chain letters. I mean,
Yeah.
that's sort of the concept, right?
Yep.
And I don't know about you guys, like back in the day when we still were checking our emails, you'd get one that was like, you know, send this to 10 people, or it started off innocent. You'd be cursed. You'd have a bad day.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I think,
Death.
yeah, then it got to the creepy stuff where it's just like, oh, you know, this wasn't like Momo-chan one of them. That was
Yes.
like
Yeah.
a big thing. It was just like, and then they had that picture that was associated with it. And you like, oh my gosh, like this is terrifying.
I think I completely forgot about all of that.
Yeah.
Like I blocked most of that out for sure. But, I
But it
think
definitely
that-
was there. Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Chain letters that's a really good I don't know, topic for horror, right?
Yeah.
So
And I guess going back to like the movies aspect, I think the like two American movies that kind of shaped my childhood, and I wouldn't really call them horror, but it's going back to that gore, was one, the whole I Know What You Did Last Summer series,
okay.
and
yeah.
two, Final Destination. Those two were like the two that kind of stood out as like graphically horror.
Yeah.
The gory stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, you know, a little bit later on, it was kind of like the Saw whole like trilogy and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
I
very
haven't
much
watched
gore
those.
horror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never watched any of the Saw movies because I just am not into gore like that. But
Yeah. Well, I think that like post Exorcist, the reason that The Ring and The Grudge did so well in America is I don't think we did supernatural horror very well post Exorcist. We focused on kind of cringy bad guys, like you know, your Jason, your Freddy,
Yeah.
right? And remaking those over and over, sequel after sequel. So I think people were just kind of tired of what American horror had to offer. And those two were
And 'cause you-
really scary.
because you
They
think
kept me
about
up at
it,
night.
there wasn't a lot of jump scares in The Ring and The Grudge compared to like American movies.
Was
there
there
were
not?
some.
Okay. I thought there
mean-
was a lot.
I don't know. I feel like it played more of like the emotional side. Like you got to think about it. Like, yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
There's always a haunting story behind it rather than just
Yeah.
like this guy that just wants to do mass killings and everything like that. Like it was just
Yeah.
almost tragic. And I think that's why people were able to relate to it because it was tragic stories. And then that became the haunting. Like that became the spirit because of the tragic backstory.
Yeah.
And it wasn't campy at all.
Yeah.
It was just like moody and dark.
Didn't
and
need
the
a lot of
setting was very
dialogue.
modern.
Yeah, no dialogue, like not a
Yeah.
lot of dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was definitely the phenomenon. Like my sister dressed up as the ring girl one
Oh,
Halloween.
wow.
Because
Are there any photos of that? That would be
it was
pretty funny to
and
see.
it was the most. She used to have long hair to her butt, black, and sorry,
Are you
You're
good?
good.
black long hair. So we had it to the front of her face and stole one of my brother's white t-shirt at the time, put it over her and like literally just burned and singed some like areas of it, threw a bunch of dirt and mud on it, and she just went around and with her head down.
That's awesome.
The hair.
That's a good Halloween idea. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was what my sister, and I think she won best costume of her class.
Nice.
I think she was like, I want to say third grade when we did this to her.
Third grade.
Yeah, because
Wow.
she was young then. And I know those two movies affected my sister so much because I think she was so young that she was scared of. So we have an attic. She to this day won't look up to it. Like, no. She was scared of TVs for a while, anywhere with like a well she was scared of.
Yeah.
Like, and it got to a point where we literally had to just ban watching that movie, even though we watched it, or even talk about it, is because my sister was so scared of it. She was also really scared of Final Destination too.
Yeah.
I think that, happens like at a young age. There's certain things that freak you out that, you never forget. Because I have a friend, and it's not even a horror movie. He watched Indiana Jones. And you remember the scene when he drinks and like, I think he melts or something like that?
Yeah, a bunch of faces melt off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, he can't watch that scene. I mean,
Yeah.
he's an adult now. He still won't watch that scene.
Yeah.
So, that's one of the things. But,
Yeah.
I feel like I prematurely gave you the expert, but I think you said, Damien, you're like kind of a horror movie buff. Is that correct?
I like horror movies.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
really enjoy them. So if one comes out, and it's people are raving over it, I'll go watch it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the subject matter. I'll watch gory horror movies, supernatural horror movies. I think the one that probably is the hardest for me to stomach is cult horror movies.
Oh.
So I don't know if either of you have seen or heard of Midsummer, but those are a little more tough because they're very campy. They're very out in broad daylight. And you see this like change in the general tone of the movie throughout the movie, right? Up and down and up and down. And there's gore in them typically. It's not like a jump scare. Like it's not so much psychological. It's just kind of like watching it and everyone's just making this face the entire time. Like, oh man, this is hard to watch. I think it being hard to stomach is what makes it scary, I guess. So yeah, the most recent one that I watched was Weapons. I don't know if either of you
I've
seen or
heard a
of
lot about that
Weapons.
one. I heard it was good.
Yeah.
I have yet to check it out just because I know it's sort of in that genre. I'm like, I hear good things, but am I ready for it?
Yeah, that one is very gory. I'll throw that
okay.
out there. So that's something you would need to be prepared for watching that. It was really good. I think it was just the format that they used for the movie, and it was unique, very creatively done. But yeah, there are a lot of like gory, very gory bits in that movie. They actually already signed off on the sequel for that too.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
So I have a funny history with some of the older campy horror movies, like the Jasons, the Freddy Kruegers.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like growing up in the 90s, but my cousin had those movies. And it wasn't about the horror. It was like, oh, there are boobies in this movie. And so we cut to, he'd show me the scene and I'm like, oh, we never saw any like the scary stuff. I never watched any of it because he was just like, check it out. That was my history with that. And so I never was scared by any of that stuff. But for me, what scares me is a lot of imagery stuff. That typically gets me. And the funny thing is, this is not even a horror movie. Did you guys ever see the Bruce Lee movie that played by Brandon Lee? Mm-hmm. And there's that scene when he goes into, I think it's like the dream world, and there's that dark figure that he faces against. I don't know why, but that freaked me out as a child. And it was always in this rain. So what actually bothered me was I'd go take a shower, and if I think about that scene, it'd freak me out. And I don't know what it was. Not even a scary movie, but it's just that kind of stuff. So things like going into The Grudge and The Ring or Ringu or what, like all that stuff. There's no gore involved, but it's the idea and the concepts and like, the lady coming out of the well, that freaked me out. The boy in The Grudge.
Yeah.
One thing I want to talk about is the Thai movie Shudder, the Thai version of Shudder. There's a scene, when he's driving in the car. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
So he's driving, in the car, and then she shows up right here
Just right
on the outside of
that's
the
a
car.
joke. Yeah.
Like, that was the thing that really got me. And what was great about The Grudge is they took away a lot of your safety zones. It's like,
Yeah.
you felt safe during the day. Nope, not
Nope.
really.
In
You
bed.
felt
Nope.
under the blanket.
Yeah.
Nope. So
Yeah.
that took away all my safety, and that was what freaked me out. So
Yeah. So what was your favorite? What is your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie. I think my favorite is probably Us by Jordan. It's a Jordan Peele movie. I really like the idea of not necessarily campy horror movies, but where there is a lot of comedy. If you're going from laughing one moment to being a little terrified the next moment, I think you feel like a much better range of emotion, and those movies are great. Pretty much any of the Jordan Peele movies. Nope is really good. I like that one a lot.
Never seen it.
And outside of that, It Follows. It Follows is really good.
I've heard a lot of good things, and I think there's like a story behind that. It's not. I haven't seen it myself, but it's talked about a lot.
Yeah, it's very chain letter type of story that it follows. So it's that one's really good. The movie that scares me the most is not even a scary movie. It's Alice in Wonderland.
Interesting.
The cartoon, because I grew up, I loved Disney movies, but I think I only watched it like 2 or 3 times when I was little. All of the other ones, I on repeat. I think I've watched Lion King 100 times. That movie, it terrified me because it was like the same thing. There were just scenes in it that were really scary for like a child to watch. And then just the subject, you're like, okay, it's a little girl. So like a little kid just lost and you can't get back home. And you're surrounded by adults who are just not helpful at all. And some of them want to murder you. Like to me, that's a horror movie at that point, right?
Interesting.
Yeah. So those are the movies I like the most, probably.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a favorite because I want to say like every horror movie. I mean, the end goal is to scare your viewer, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think some of my true crime stuff, like the thing like the Ed Gein, like that kind of stuff kind of makes me think about it more. Like I'm not easily scared where like, at night I'm thinking about like a horror movie. But like that was really like some of more like, oh, this actually happened in real life.
Yeah.
Some of the cult stuff. So I don't know if you've seen the show on Netflix. It's called, I'll get back to you, but it's it's like I think it's called Midnight something. And it's really good, but it also talks about kind of like cult world, but more religious cults and how that turned into like demons and how it became the devil and was just taking over this village. That kind of stuff kind of scares me more than the gory, more than the, like the Jasons, the Chucky. Like I remember that was a big one when we were growing up too, like the Chucky doll and things like that. Because that to me is almost like just terrorizing. There's like this little doll like guy that's just going around with a knife trying to like stab people.
Yeah. The original Chucky is pretty scary.
Is it?
Yeah.
But with me, it's the stuff that happened in real life and is happening around you.
Yeah. I
basically.
mean, that makes sense. It's yeah, it's grounded. It's just like there's a reality. It's like this could happen to you versus all the other stuff. I do have this funny thing, and I have to ask you guys because it really changed my experience. So when you guys see horror movies, are you typically at home or have you guys gone to the movie theaters to go see it?
So funny story. One of the movies that got me so scared of horror movies was called The Haunted. And I don't even know if you would even consider that anything that people talk about. It's just one of those movies that got released one year, people forgot about it. But because we were waiting for another movie, and back in the day, you just hopped movie theaters.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Yep.
And so we're just like, hey, we have to wait for the next movie because my family, we would go for the whole day, right? We see this playing. So we're like, okay, we're going to go watch it. It's called The Haunted. And to be honest with you, I can't even remember the plot line. I just remember it was like this mansion that they were in. But because of the surround sound, because of the sounds and how dark it is in the theater, I think the jump scares were 10 times more scary than they were at home. And it like followed me until I was like old enough where it was showing on TV. And I want to say it was on HBO when I watched it or something. And I was a lot older. And I watched it, I'm like, this is not scary at all.
Yeah.
You know, but it scared me for like months.
Yeah.
Because of the jump scare in the movie theater. So I do think it makes a really big difference.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you watch at home or theater? Or do you have a?
I'll do both.
You'll
Yeah,
do both.
Absolutely. Yeah. I enjoy rewatching old scary movies at home, or if they make it onto Netflix.
Sure.
And I miss them in theaters. I think, yeah, maybe I prefer watching them in theaters. You're a little bit more uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
You're out of your comfort zone. So something to be said for that, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I have a pretty funny story. I guess I should get to my favorite, which I couldn't think of one.
Yeah.
I mean, Shudder's up there. I think The Conjuring was up there. That was really
that's
great.
something, yeah.
So my story is that I typically watch horror movies at home, but for some reason we were out in San Diego for this time, and I was like, everybody was like, "Hey, let's go see it. It's in theaters. We've been hearing good things." We go out there, and it is a different experience watching it with the crowd. Honestly, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
So there's that scene. Have you guys seen the movie at all?
Which movie?
The Conjuring.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
one of my favorites.
So there's
yeah.
that infamous one with the clapping, right? And as that goes on, it like builds this tension, and it's like and then you hear the stairs. He opens up the stair doors and then does the clapping. And out of the back of the theater, I hear, "Oh hell no!" And everyone, the whole theater just started cracking up, right? And it was like, I was like, "Oh, this is part of the experience. Like, this is fun." Like, I was like, maybe that is the thing. Like, maybe you should go see some horror movies out in the theater versus, comfort of home.
I do
Yeah.
definitely think a group makes a difference because
Yeah.
I'm actually really not the type to watch a horror movie alone because I think it takes the fun out of it. So as you guys all know by now, my family is very close to each other. So Sundays, especially in the winter, because the pool's not open, we have family movie nights. And we would watch horror movies. And it's just all of us in my family room. One's on this couch, one's here, one's on the floor with a blanket and stuff. And you're watching. And there's always that one person that's scared out of their minds.
Yeah.
And that would be my mom and my sister. And she just makes the movie 10 times better because she's the one that's literally jump scaring, throwing the popcorn in the air, going, "Oh my God."
Oh, so important.
Yeah, and
to have somebody
it
that's
really
like that.
brings it all together, and it
Yeah.
makes it so much fun. And then you have my sister shivering, getting close up to me because she's so scared of the jump
Oh
scare,
my
So it
gosh.
really, and then we're all sharing blankets and stuff. So it really brings life to it, I guess, in a sense. Because when you're watching at home, what are you gonna do? Be like, "It's okay, don't worry about it." Like tap yourself on the back.
Right.
You don't really
Yeah.
show your expressions.
Yeah.
And because you're alone. So honestly, I don't really watch horror movies by myself. Now that I think about it, it's always with people, which makes it 10 times more fun.
Oh, it's way better with people.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone who purposefully scares other people during horror
Oh
movies?
yeah, my dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that fits. And that also fits why your dad is my spirit animal and will continue to be.
Is that you then?
I love doing that.
You're the scare person.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's like my favorite part of October is scaring other people in general. Like I like hiding around corners and jumping out at my friends. But during the movie, you can feel the tension build, right? And yeah, the jump scare will catch you off guard because the timing won't be perfect. But like doing the jump scare just a little early to someone else, and they're just like,
Yeah.
they get mad, get upset at you.
So my dad,
enjoyable.
it would kind of be like the setting where, sometimes he's laying on the ground, like, because we have like a mattress that we put down, and he's laying down there, and he knows when it's coming, because we know when it's coming.
Yeah.
And we're under blankets. He will literally put his arm under there and yank our foot.
Yeah. That's the
And
best.
he won't do it to me because he knows my reaction's not going to be fun. He's doing it to mom. He's doing it to my sister,
Yeah.
and they're freaking
Get
out
the
because
rise. Yeah.
they're the ones that are getting jumped. Like it's. But yeah, dad is definitely the person that does
No
that.
one in my immediate family does that. I don't think we typically watch horror movies, especially not together. But my cousin, my oldest cousin, very infamous for this. We'd go over to their place, and it was a very rare occasion. But he lived in the basement of his house, and so like every time we'd come over, like this isn't my story to tell, but my cousins basically said he used to tape knives to his fingers and just like be at the bottom of the stairs, just kind of like waiting for them and stuff like that.
Oh my
and
gosh.
it would terrify them, But actually, that brings a good memory. Okay, so I don't know if this is considered a horror movie, but one of my favorites. Did you guys ever see Tremors?
Tremors.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
I think not to detract from the movie, but I think I fell asleep during it. I'll be
Oh,
honest.
yeah.
Because I was little.
Sure.
And it played on the Sci-Fi Channel one night, and like I think we just like we'll watch it because it's on. But yeah, so
It's
it's
like-
pretty good.
It's a fun movie.
Okay.
I don't think it's actually supposed to be scary. The concept is, they're going around and there's these things under the ground that can hear your footsteps, and like they'll eat you if they catch you. And like as a kid, that's a scary concept, right?
Yeah.
So no, I really liked that. I have some good memories for some reason thinking about that movie. So
Nice.
Do you know of, like, I could think of one, but was there a scary movie that because of the phenomenon and getting popular, you think ruined the movie? Because
Yeah.
with me,
Absolutely.
I see dead people. Like,
Oh yeah, I never. I think I waited way too long to watch that.
really?
Right. Yeah.
Because that, I mean, like, The Signs, was it? The Village, I think it's called.
yeah,
they
the
kinda
village
all-
gets ruined pretty quickly, right? If
Yeah.
you know
If you know
what's
what
gonna happen.
happened.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I remember every kid in my grade going around, I see dead people because of that. And honestly, once you think about it, the storyline was great.
Yeah.
The first time you watch it is great. But those are the movies that they really relied on one time watch because there's really no point of watching it twice.
Yeah.
The whole
Actually,
plot line.
I will disagree with you. I feel like watching it twice after finding out the plot. Yeah, I think that's the great part. But yeah, and then showing people that don't know the plot is like the second favorite part. But I think M. Night Shyamalan, the director for that, that was like his signature.
Yeah, because he did that for
Yep.
The Village too.
And he tried to do it for every movie, and it's just like, yeah, like good try, but it's like we already know what you're gonna do, and it's like, I think it just became predictable at a certain point. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, well, what is it? And I'm like, oh,
Where's the twist?
yeah, where's the twist? Yeah.
Yeah.
But the first time seeing, you're like, oh, you're like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
really betted on people just watching it once because once the twist wasn't there anymore,
Yeah.
there was nothing there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Absolutely.
like you said, going back and being like, oh, that's why he did that. Or like,
Yeah.
I guess like one of the biggest things was like the whole time was like Bruce Willis was wearing one outfit. I guess.
Yeah. There's a lot of
You know- In
Unbreakable?
concepts.
No,
Oh,
in
Sixth Sense.
Sixth
yeah.
Sense. And it's just like, okay, like, oh yeah, like I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But then it gets ruined because now you know.
Yeah.
There's no point in watching it again.
Yeah. I think I don't know if there's a twist in the Blair Witch Project, but that's another one that's just like, yeah, it got so much hype, and it was a little bit of a letdown when I finally watched.
I
I
did-
still watched it in theaters, but
I did not like the Blair Witch Project.
yeah.
Maybe it was like one of its kind being like shot in first person. I didn't like it. I just didn't feel connected to it. It didn't, like, even the plot wasn't that good for me. If we're going to talk about like just like how it was shot, I like Paranormal Activity more than
okay, yeah.
Blair Witch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not seen either, but I do have I don't know why I have all these stories with these horror movies. So we were supposed to go see it. I don't remember how many people, but it was like 4 of us that were going to go out to theaters. And I had heard so much hype about it. It's like, oh, it's so scary. It's terrifying. I'm like, oh, I don't want to see this movie. I really don't want to see this movie. And so we get to the theater and we get to our seats, and it's about to start, and they're like, the lights go off in the theater. They're like, sorry everybody, there is a fire that's broke out in part of the theater, so we're gonna have to evacuate, and we'll refund you your tickets. I'm like, oh, I don't have to go see the movie.
What movie was that?
Blair Witch.
Blair Witch.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to see it. I was like, I scare pretty easily, so I don't know if I want to see a movie with you, Damien, because I will probably be the one that I don't scream, but I do scare easily.
Yeah, I don't scream either, but I like
yeah,
stone frozen in place.
Well,
So-
and like I exaggerate it, right? Like I enjoy like the feeling of being scared. So I will also just like jump into the person next to me and do the oh my god,
Yeah,
oh my god, like
get into
you know,
it,
just
yeah.
to enjoy it. Yeah. But I don't know if there is a shaky cam movie that I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one.
Okay, so I guess in that sense, do you guys play horror games?
I'm glad. I was like, I want to bring this up, but I don't know who's played any. But
Yeah.
so yes, I have.
I don't play them, but my brother did. So of course, one of them, Resident Evil, if you're gonna call that horror.
Yeah.
But the one that I know growing up, Silent Hill. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Silent Hill. That's
Silent
a
Hill.
good game.
I literally can't look at the cemetery close to my house when it's foggy out, because even though there's not really any scenes that mimic what I'm seeing, because of the fogginess, because of the darkness, like sometimes when I'm driving to work in the morning and it's just kind of that eerie, I'm just like, it's like Silent Hill with all the fog. So Silent Hill, and I mean, I think I was in middle school when my uncle and my brother were playing that game. So
Oh wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a scary, really scary game. Have you heard of the playable trailer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I think we played that together.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Bao had a copy, because it was removed.
Yep.
But he's like, oh, I have one with the copy.
Yeah.
Like, let's
I
all
didn't
play
realize
it.
you were.
Yeah.
See, I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, were you there? But
Yeah.
yeah, we were all playing it.
so good.
That was
It's
good.
so good.
That was fun.
I'm trying to think of what really happened.
Well, it's like you're
we were
going
just
through the
walking down the
home.
hallway.
You're just
right?
walking through, yeah, and just
There was
just
something in
things
the bathtub,
trigger.
and I remember there was something in the bathtub.
Yeah, there's a lot of
it
things.
was a crying baby.
Crying baby.
bathtub.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was.
And then I know this is weird, going into games, but did you ever, like back in the day in elementary school, say that you could bring, was it Mary or whoever, where you go in the bathroom, talk to the mirror?
oh, Bloody Mary.
Bloody
Bloody
Mary.
Mary.
Yeah.
Did you ever try doing that and scare the shit out of your friends because you said that you saw her?
No.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
No, so like a lot of the guys in my elementary, middle school, I know like this was the time, I guess, would like literally go in there and they'll shut the door and they'll scream on top of their heads.
Oh, like they saw.
They saw and
Yeah.
come out and scare the living bejesus out of us because they're like, we saw Bloody Mary, we saw Bloody Mary. It was, oh, my childhood was really,
do we want to push into sort of that stuff, or do we still want to talk about games? Because
I don't have that much extensive on games. I mean, talk about yours because you said you wanted to go into it.
I had a few, and I don't know if you guys have any experience with one that shaped it. And I played with a friend. My friend, I loved her because she was a screamer, and
Nice.
that's what
Yeah.
made the game so good. So there's a really good one that I played on PS2 called Fatal Frame 2. And the concept is you're going through this old Japanese town, and the concept is
You have to take pictures, right?
you have to take pictures of
I've
the
heard-
ghosts
yeah, I've
to
heard of
make
this
them
one.
go away. And I mean, imagine playing The Grudge as a video game. Like that was basically
Yeah.
what that was. And
But wasn't it like sometimes when you take a picture and you didn't know like a ghost was around and it'll show up in the frame or something like that? Is that the same
so
thing?
like you'd like kind of you'd bring up the camera and you'd like look at certain areas, and it would like sort of the control would vibrate every time like something was nearby, and so it added to the eeriness. And and the other one, which is a great game, I think it's more American style, is Dead Space, where you actually go in and you're not like this run and gun type of guy. You're just like this miner that's checking out a distress beacon. And so all he has is cutting tools to take on these grotesque, monsters. And there's jump scares aplenty, and the imagery more on the gore side, but still it was,
yeah,
it
I
was
haven't
fun.
heard about that one, but the Shutter one, I know my brother played as well,
Yeah.
and that was scary.
Yeah. I think that sci-fi horror, that's a genre that needs to be expanded, because Dead Space is great if we're talking about video games, but the inspiration for that game, have you seen that movie?
Is it Event Horizon?
Event Horizon, yeah.
I've only seen bits and pieces, and it was I had done like an all nighter with a friend that night. We were playing like some games, and he's like, "Oh, let's just throw it on." We're like, he's like, "Oh, let me cook you up some eggs." We're eating, we're eating eggs, and there's the scenes. It's American Gore,
Yeah.
and there's just people like things going in and out of people, and I'm like, this is a bad idea. I want to vomit right now, but yeah.
Yeah, that, and then I think the only other sci-fi horror I can think of is Aliens, which that's really good. They have a show on, I think it's Netflix right now, and it's worth a watch. It's the first like alien genre show,
Oh, nice.
or universe show. So yeah,
Well, I guess maybe we sort of shift gears.
Sure.
So this is, I think, how we wanted to start it, but we can hop into it now, which is horror, like, I guess, scary stories, experiences, and folklore that we've sort of experienced or we've heard about. So, you good?
I'm good.
you may or may not have heard Tony.
Yeah.
There may have been some interference there. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Sorry.
But
It's okay. Yeah,
horror stories.
Yeah, horror stories, folklore, urban legends, things of that such. Did you guys hear any of these like growing up, specifically the Asian ones? Like,
I would say Momo Chan's the only one that comes to mind.
no, that's pretty modern, right?
Slender Man, maybe. Bloody Mary, you mentioned. Candyman.
Candyman. I haven't heard that one in a while.
Oh yeah, Candyman, yeah. But that was a movie, right? And
yeah.
then, but it was probably kind of originated from that story.
Yeah.
So there's one that's I know really well, and I think it spans across a lot of different Asian cultures. Was the concept of the lady that's hitchhiking at night, where it's like they warn you like, oh, don't pick up any hitchhiking women, and this typically the story is, oh, somebody picked her up, she told them to go to this location, and when they finally arrive, they turn around to check on her, she's
It's
gone.
not there.
Yeah.
And then typically the story is like, oh, she drowned at like that river, but she's always trying to find her way home sort of concept.
Yeah.
I know it exists in Korea, I think Vietnam, I think Japan has like some sort of adaptation, and the Philippines have like really similar stories.
Yeah.
I know in Vietnam, it wasn't taught to me, but my cousins would always come back, and their cousins would tell them. So it was like passed down. Was like, if you ever went swimming in the river, like there was really important to not put your face down, because if they liked the way you looked, they said that the undead would pull you under.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's the one that I was going to get into is
Okay.
it's also like luring, I think it's like what they call like the water spirit, but also luring like little children into rivers and stuff. So if you hear her sing, don't follow the voice.
Like the siren
because-
song.
Yeah. So because you would go and I think the folk story behind it is she lost her child due to drowning,
Okay.
and she committed suicide herself, longing for her child basically, and so she would just call on children. And so that's why I know for a fact that like a lot of like the Vietnamese villages that are very close to like the shorelines, the rivers and things like that would just be very careful with kids around water. I mean, I think that's just safe in general.
Yeah.
But if someone dies, it's like, oh, she got that child. So, and I think the Hispanic culture, I think, has a story like that too, where they actually have like a tree where people make offerings where they literally get doll heads and tie it up to the tree so
Oh,
that they
wow.
could
Yeah.
kind of appease her so that she doesn't take a real child, is that they would kind of sacrifice dolls instead. So I know it's very, the water ghost is a really big one around the world.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is really like folklore, because I mean, there's a scientific reason for it, but every time I every time you have sleep paralysis,
Yeah.
So Vietnamese would always say, "Oh, it's a ghost pinning you down."
Yeah.
And, you know, being Buddhist, my mom and dad would be like, "Oh, pray to Buddha, it's okay," and try to like ease our pain of being like scared, because like, I mean, I've had sleep paralysis before and it's scary. It's
Yeah.
dang scary, you know. You're hearing your own, you know, breath, but you're thinking someone's breathing into your ear. So there's definitely like a scientific reason for all the things that we're seeing now. And now that you're older, you know about it, but it still doesn't take away from like the scary experience, because all I
Yeah.
think about is my parents going, "Oh, like there's a spirit on top of you pinning you down."
Yeah.
And that's why you can't breathe. So yeah, so that was kind of like the two big ones that I know when it comes to like the Asian cultures.
Yeah.
I mean, we've always heard about, you know, ancestors, spirits being around and everything and protecting. So like, for example, like if I do any type of big event or have like a health scare or anything, you know, my parents are always like, you know, ask your grandpa for help, you know,
Oh yeah, yeah.
because, you know, his spirits will always help you through it and stuff like that. So that's like the only things that I hear. Not necessarily scary, but yeah, that's what I grew up.
Do you have any, Tony?
As far as sorry,
Urban legends or folklore that really sticks with you, or
I mean, those were the ones that, you know, the ones that I had spoken about earlier were kind of some of the ones that I've heard a lot growing up. There weren't a lot at home. Actually, who's good at reading out loud?
I can do that.
Okay. I'm going to have you read my sister's story because she submitted this. I should have maybe asked for more people. That might be something we can do going forward, but
Well, I know we asked people about superstitions and stuff. Yeah. That might be a whole episode on itself,
Yeah.
though. Which
Just-
my family, there was a lot more superstitious stuff than I would say like folklore, spirit stuff, if that makes sense.
yeah. So yeah, go ahead and read that. This is a retelling of my sister because it's funny, in my family, none of us really believe in ghosts, but she's dead set on it. And I'm sort of starting to change beliefs on that. Like I'm starting to think like, oh yeah, I think I sort of believe in spirits, less in ghosts, but for sure she believes in ghosts. So if you want to go ahead and read that to us.
Let me take you back to when I was in my early 20s, still living with my parents. They had this basement built out for me. And it wasn't some dingy setup either. I had 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a full kitchen, the whole deal. But the space was still connected to the main house by a staircase, so I wasn't completely cut off. One night, I was having a hard time falling asleep. I remember rolling over in bed and glancing at the clock. It was 5 a.m. I sighed, annoyed, and turned away from the door to face the window, hoping that maybe changing positions would help me doze off. And then, something unexpected happened. I heard my bedroom door open. I didn't even turn around. I just knew it was my mom. She walked in, leaned down, and kissed me on the cheek. It was sweet, comforting even. I'd been so busy lately, out and about, barely home. I hadn't seen my parents in over a week. That small gesture made me feel really grounded, safe even. Eventually, I fell asleep. A few hours later, I woke up and headed upstairs. It was one of those Saturdays where my mom would host brunch for the whole family, my siblings, the grandkids, everyone. So I figured I'd go out and help her in the kitchen. I hugged her hello and said, "Hey, that was sweet of you to come down and kiss me this morning." She paused and gave me a strange look. "I didn't come downstairs," she said. "I didn't even know you were home." I stared at her, waiting for the punchline. But there wasn't one. She was serious. Now here's the thing. I know what I felt. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't sleep paralysis. Someone or something kissed me on the cheek. And I'm sure it was a woman's presence. But the weird part, I wasn't scared. not even a little. There was something warm about it, calming. Still, I moved out not long after that. And let's just say my parents weren't taking any chances either. They hung up a giant rosary outside that room just in case whatever visited me decided to come back. That is eerie. I love that.
That's creepy.
Yeah, so I've stayed in this room. So after she had left, this became my room, and she has way more stories with that room. I think one with my cousin, but like I said, I'm not super like into like the ghost thing. But there was a moment that when I lived down there, because they let us, it was like, you know, they had the upstairs house, and then like downstairs they built out like basically its own like condo, and I would sit in the living room and I'd play, you know, video games, and it was like there's a hallway, and then there's two hallways basically that converge like this, and the room's in this corner. I'm out here in the living room, and so I'm playing, and I noticed something just, you know, you ever see that where it's like something out of the corner of your eye? It went from the hallway to the bedroom. And so like I said, I don't know what that was. I'm like, maybe it's just my imagination. Like I'm very logical. So like I talked myself out of it. But that was the one eerie thing that I'd ever seen. And maybe the story could have influenced it because she had so many stories about that room.
I also think when it comes, and I'm a big believer on spirits, and I also think there's good spirits and bad spirits, you know? But I think spirits really affect certain people. Like it doesn't affect everyone. So for example, like my family, my sister would be the one that is easily affected by it. And I don't know if it's because she's scared or because it really happens to her, but she's the one that kind of runs into the paranormal stuff. And it's just funny because it's your sister as well. But my sister swears to this day that her room in my house is haunted, to a point where when she sleeps over now, and we're in our 30s now, she will sleep in my room. She will not sleep in her room.
Oh, wow.
Even though she has a bed in her room. I mean, I have turned it into basically my office now. I've never had anything happen to me in that room. I've dozed off in that room. I've done everything in that room. Never anything. But my sister swears that there's something going on in that room. She can't tell me what, but she says she always gets this eerie feeling that someone's at the door. Right at the door. And the funny thing is, you know, like I always think of my sister as like, you're just such a scaredy cat. You know what I mean? But there was one time where my dad and I were in Vietnam. So my grandma came over and basically was just at my house because she was helping my mom at the restaurant. So instead of just taking her home, she kind of just bunked at my house, right? And because of that, my mom was like, well, this is the spare room. You sleep in it. Grandma slept in it for 2 days and was like, I don't like this room. I don't want to be in this room. I want a different room.
That doesn't
Oh,
help.
wow.
That doesn't help at all.
Right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
if you ask my grandma, she's like, no, nothing. I just don't like it. They can't explain it. They don't tell me what they see because I don't think they see anything. They just don't like the aura of that room.
Yeah.
And it's just funny.
In that room, have you slept in that room then?
I've taken naps in it because it's my office. So sometimes I doze off, and there was one time where, I mean, when I came back from Arizona, I slept over there for a couple days because my sister, her prenatal care was at my house, and she refuses to be in that room. And in my room, my bed has like the automatic, like, you know, the back that goes up. And so that really helped my sister recover and everything. So she kind of took over my room. So I slept in that room. I was fine. And I'm not the type where I don't believe in spirits, but honestly, I was fine. But my sister and my grandma swears by it, that room, there's something wrong. And my sister also uses that. And I always tell her that I think this is an excuse, but she left home. You know, she left home and she says it's because of that room.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, I do think it affects people differently.
Yeah.
And I do think because of the spirit world, I think spirits roam all around us. It's just whoever they want to, you know, interact with.
Yeah.
You know, not getting too much into it, but my sister, we all seriously think that she had a dog spirit follow her and try to actually control her and it was funny because we were like, things acting so differently. She's just acting very strange, always bags under her eyes, wasn't sleeping a lot. She was walking down the street one day and the lady comes over and was like, "You do know you have a spirit following you?" And my sister was like, "Huh?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's a dog. It's a little dog." And the funny thing is, about a couple weeks before that, one of the dogs that she was babysitting, because my sister is a big animal lover, died because a car crashed over it. And so to this day, we do think that's the dog that followed my sister.
Oh, wow.
So I do think, some people are more susceptible to it
Yeah,
than
sure.
others.
Yeah.
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 So which one of you is the one, if something supernatural might be happening, or even if there's just like a noise outside and your family is like, all right, someone needs to go check on it. Are either of you the one that's going to go check on it? You are?
Me and Dad.
First one out there?
Me and Dad.
Your dad, definitely. He'd be
Yeah.
out there. Yeah.
Me
with
and
no
Dad.
weapon whatsoever. He'd just be out there ready to
Yeah.
karate chop something.
Yeah, I think it's because my sister, but all through growing up with her, the siblings are all really close in age.
Good save.
But I was kind of her guardian in that way, who's going to stand with me in the bathroom because I'm too scared? Me.
Yeah,
Who's going to go
sure.
down in the basement with me? Me.
Yeah.
I was always the one that had to go everywhere where my sister was scared. And my brother, he does it too, but my brother's just very chill. Like, he's not very proactive like I am. So
Yeah.
like, if you ask him, he'll go with you.
Yeah.
But he's not the first one to stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
no.
I'm in
That
a
makes
similar boat where I'm like, I'm not the first to stand up, but if no one goes, yeah, I'll come assist.
Yeah. Very like my brother.
My sister's very skittish. And she's 9 years older than me. And she would still have me be the one that would always like check on something. So yeah, I grew into that very, very young. So I'm always the one who's like, yeah, someone has to do it. I'll go check.
Yeah, like if you hear something, like my sister's like, "Did you hear that?" Like when we were growing up, "Did you hear that down in the basement?" Fun, go check. And I'm like, why me? Like, you know that's how people die in the horror movies, right? Like, and she'd be like, "I can't go," and then I'll be like, "Then don't check." Like, I'm like, don't even think about it. But it will literally haunt her
Yeah, it'll stick
until
to mind.
someone goes down
Yeah.
there and
Yeah.
checks for her.
Huh.
Well, and same, like I would rather clear my mind. So I'd rather go look immediately. If I hear a weird noise, I'm gonna go check it right then.
That makes sense.
So I don't have
Yeah.
to think about it all day.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of brings me back to like sometimes I hear things. I have a very old house too, so it creaks and cracks. But I'm just like, Parasite. There's Parasite
Yeah.
in my house because we've all seen that movie, right?
Yeah.
I have
Parasite?
not.
Yeah.
You have not seen Parasite. I won't ruin it for you then.
Oh, yeah, no. Sorry, I have seen it. For some reason, I was thinking of a different movie. I was like, a horror movie? No, I know what you're talking about. now. Yeah.
So
Oh,
someone living in your house, and sadly, that's not far from the truth. I know a lot of people that
Yeah.
move into your house without you knowing, living in your attic.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's-
Now think about it.
Now I have to check my attic. I haven't checked it since I moved in. But
that is like the one urban legend I think that does stick with me is the someone living in your walls. Like that messes with me for sure.
you guys have unlocked a new fear in me that I don't like now.
I actually thought it was just the movie, but
Yeah.
why can't I think of the name where people just kind of stay in your house and you can't let them you can't get them out, even like the law, like you can't-
squatters?
like squatters, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was this I saw this random clip on TikTok where she literally was like, "I'm bringing you to check my attic because she keeps hearing things and things keep disappearing out of her refrigerator," and it was like Parasite 2.0,
Oh my gosh.
and she opens it up and there's a guy in there and she screams, and I don't even know if this is real or not, if this is just acting, but it scared the living bejesus out of me because I'm just like, it can happen because I don't check my attic. But I don't think there's a way in unless you go through my garage. But then sometimes at night or when people are over, we keep the garage open. You never know if someone's up there. And it's a big space.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I hate to cut this off, but we've actually hit our hour mark.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's a good place to end it. There's some great stories here, and I feel like we've only scratched the surface on what we could be talking about here. So if the viewers, if you enjoyed this episode, I think it's let us know. Let us know in the comments if you want to hear more horror stories, scary stories, creepy stuff. New fears to unlock
Yeah.
at this point. But yeah, I'll have to end it off. I'll be the bad guy. But thank you for watching. If you liked this episode, please share, subscribe, and like the video. I'm pretty sure that helps. So appreciate it. But thanks again. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
See you next time.